I poke the brush. Every time that I want to decide a specific niche for my videos, the next day I just get another idea for my video and I want to share something else. It doesn't even take the next day to have a different idea for my video. So I have almost actually completely given up on the idea of choosing a niche for my video. But anyhow, for this video, the topic is how to socialize. And by that, I don't mean about socializing in cafes or just parties and be with friends. I'm not talking about those socializing. What I'm talking about is how to socialize in such a way that it will benefit you. And by that, I mean building your confidence if it comes to psychological benefit, emotional and moral benefits. It's about understanding different perspectives of people, and if you're looking for objective benefits, so you can just benefit from it by having ideas for your startups, maybe for example, or internships, job references, and a lot of networking that will actually benefit you in your life. And I'll be sharing this while I'm getting ready to go to socialize. And by that, I don't mean just going out again. I'm actually going to an event. So I don't know if I'm gonna post a video about it or not. I may or may not. If you're wondering why do we need socialization, then I think that you must understand humans are considered one of the most social species, and that reason is more than enough. So, and yeah, if you are a person who thinks that you don't need socialization and you can just handle and do everything on your own, then you need the socialization the most. So, and yeah, I don't really think that introverts can socialize or extroverts are way too good at socializing. It is true to some extent, a lot of actually, but that's not always the case. Even I am an introvert, and sometimes actually most of the times I hate going out. And but when it comes to socializing, I just love it because I have found a different meaning to that, a different perspective to that, because previously I was such a, like, I would always be in my room with the mindset that no, I don't want to socialize. The term socializing is just bad for me. But when I actually explored that socializing can be in a much different way, in a lot of beneficial way, so that's when I started taking interest in it, and now socialization means something different for me. So if you say that okay, let's go and just have coffee or food or anything, that might be okay for 2 to 3 times, but that's not socialization for me. Socialization can benefit you psychologically, physically, and financially. So, and yeah, when I say that it can benefit you psychologically, I don't mean that oh, you have social anxiety, just go out and socialize, or you have depression, just go out and socialize. You're not gonna hear those bullshit from me because I am a psych major student myself, and I'm not gonna say those. Okay, that's another topic, but when I say that socialization will benefit you psychologically, what I mean is basically you will gain experience on how to deal with people emotionally, and you will gain a broader perspective, a broader mindset towards everything, and you will also have a analysis towards how people react to you. Just take an example of if you are in sales. So you will easily notice how different people from different background just take your sales call or take your sayings or any kind of action in a different perspective. And guys, when I'm saying about psychological benefit in any contest, don't just blindly jump into manipulation techniques, because I'm not gonna say that in the start of the video, or should I? Okay, so the whole point is not about manipulation techniques or something, it's about the emotional intelligence. and the broader mindset, because the more you see, the more you observe, listen, and experience, the more you have the broader mindset, right? And when you have that mindset, you automatically chase and attract the opportunities you are looking for. And it's not just about going and finding things, it's about, let's say for example, you are just scrolling Instagram and you see some kind of side hustle that some creator has posted about. Now it's a different thing if it's a fake or true thing, but let's just assume that it's a very fruitful opportunity, and you might miss it because you don't know about it and you don't have that mindset to perceive it in a good way, maybe, or maybe just try it out and just grab the opportunity to see if it works or not. So that mindset is built when you socialize and you have a various point of views and you see people trying on it. So that's where it comes from. Now after socializing, when you will have those kind of opportunity, when you will come across those kind of opportunity, you might think, okay, this looks something interesting, let's try it out. Because with broader perspective and broader mindset, you also have a increased sense of curiosity, you have a very increased sense of interest in everything. And it also gives you a very wise sense and understanding of how and why people behave in different situations, and how different people behave in different situations actually. So that will help you deal with people emotionally, how to tackle or confront them emotionally with your words maybe, or with how you behave, and all of those. Again, don't jump into manipulation, okay? So that's a very great skill to have if you notice in your day to day life, because if you can convince and confront everyone or anyone in your life, then that's a very big win. And it also affects your way of handling people. Like, you don't seem very agitated and anxious in different situations. You seem very collected, very calm, and people can trust you that, okay, this person can handle people, this person can handle tasks. So, yeah, you gain the trust of people as well, to rely on you, to just trust on you. I don't want this video to be too long because even I need to go, and every day I feel like I'm out of my sunscreen. So now let's move to the physical benefit or the physiological benefit that you might term it as. When I say that you will be physiologically benefited from socialization, what I mean is basically your actions, behaviors, and your mannerisms, etiquettes, and yeah, those all things, like how you behave. If you are wondering how socialization will change your behavior, manners, or etiquettes, then just just take this as an example. Like, if you are in a place where there are some people with whom you want to be friends with, or whom you just want to network, contact, or socialize, so you might be appealing enough to them. And I'm not just talking about seem attractive or about like just be someone really pretty or something. I'm not talking about objective prettiness or beautiful stuff. I'm talking about how representative and how appealing you are. And that is determined by your confidence, the way you talk, and the way you behave with them. And let alone good behavior, like, leave that far away. Unfortunately, we are just talking about decent behavior, again, unfortunately, which most of the people lack. Because, and I'm not saying that it is everyone's fault individually, it can be the fault of the society, or it can be the fault of a lot of external factors. But if you are at an age where you are understanding it, that this is good or this is bad, and if you are not doing anything to make it good, then that is your individual fault. So when you are someone involved in this socializing events, and you will automatically push yourself to be representable enough, to be appealing enough, and to talk with people with such manners, and that decency and the etiquettes. And even if you, like, you might not notice it for yourself, but you might notice it for someone else, like how they are sitting or how they are even picking up a glass from the table. Every single thing actually matters. And someone may not just point it out directly to you, but it will definitely affect them subconsciously, and they will definitely notice you if that is something they want. The key point is that everyone must understand that decent mannerism and confident mannerism both are quite different. Like, one can be decent enough, but that doesn't mean that they are confident enough. So one can have a very nice decent attitude towards people, and they can be the sweetest person in the room, but that doesn't mean that they're, like, have the confident mannerisms. So that is something you need to study, and you need to have it on your own, because you can read about it, you can search about it, and but you cannot really just practice and, one day you will wake up and you're confident. That doesn't happen. Obviously you can practice it, but because they say that fake it till you make it, and which is obviously true. And that happens when you know about it, when you observe people doing that. The best part is that you don't really have to push yourself and act in a certain way every day. You don't really have to fake it, because humans are just pieces of everything. And when you hang out and socialize with certain type of people, you pick up their habits automatically. It applies to both. If you have a bad company, you will pick up their habits. If you have a good company, you will pick up their habits. So you don't really have to fake it, you will actually become in a certain way. So what you can do is just choose the right one, the right company, because picking up the habits is not something in your control every time. It can be in your control to certain extent, and it can be a conscious decision, but the most conscious decision that you can make is socializing and hanging out with the right type of people. So, when you are having an opportunity to attend any social event or any kind of socialization place or anything, when you have the option, always make a conscious decision about what type of people you want to hang out with and what type of socialization event you want to attend and everything. If it's a formal event, you can always look it up and see what kind of people they attract. Like, most of the formal events actually attract the business minded people, the investor minded people. So it's, lot of time it's actually a safe zone, but it's still good to just look it up and know everything about it. Most real estate events, they have the investor crowd and the sales crowd. So, not gonna lie, real estate events do not provide a very versatile options for socializing, because real estate is a very specific niche, and the people invited or the people attending it are also from a very specific niche. And to be honest, I am not someone who has worked in real estate for a long time, or has, like, I'm not that aware of real estate, but this invitation was just completely out of acquaintance and contact and nothing out of interest. But the decoration, oh my god, the decoration is so good in real estate events. I just love those. So yeah, real estate do not really have a very diverse option. But if you go to other startup kind of events and the youth festivals, they have a very different crowd. They have a very diverse crowd compared to all these events, because there the people from every kind of startup or every kind of business, they join in. And I feel like those are really, really good for a beginner, because there you don't really need to have a very professional composer, because there will be almost more than 50 people who will be attending it for the first time, and they all are just looking for an opportunity to socialize, to network, and to make contacts, acquaintances for their funding, for their customer, and just the contacts. So as a beginner, if you are trying to get out of your comfort zone and if you want to have a first socializing event, then yeah, the youth festival, the startup events, they are really good way to start. And unfortunately I didn't get one from the very start, but I'm not really complaining because the starting one was really good for me. But yeah, and also how to find them, if you may ask. So they are basically all over Instagram. And when I say that, I don't mean that you just open your Instagram and scroll and you will get it. No. What I mean is when you go on Google and search everything about it, you will, like, your algorithm will be built on that and you will start having those ads and those kind of things. So you will be in that flow eventually. And for the first, you will have to just search about real estate events and youth and startup festivals in metro cities. Startup festivals and startup events are very very common, and if you are not someone very acquainted with those kind of fests in your area, like you are sure that those type of things do not happen in your city, then real estate events are the one. It might not be as big as the ones in the metro cities or in the smart cities, but it is a very, very decent place to socialize. Now, coming to the last one, it's about the financial benefit. The first two point, the psychological and physical one, they are given in the context of socialization. Like you will get it anyhow, even if you try to avoid it, you will get it. But when it comes to financial benefit, you need to work on that. Because when I say about financial benefit, I don't mean that you will just go to socialize and someone will come and pay you, like, oh hi, you're socializing, here's your payment. No, that's not what is happening here. What I mean is basically, I kind of explained it in my previous point itself. Like, take an example where you are building something, maybe a startup or your small business or any kind of thing. So you will be needing funding, right? So this socialization place, this networking events, they are already a place where the startup people and the people who want to invest in the startup, the investors, the traders, they are already in that event. You have your target audience there. You just need to work your magic and you just need to pitch your idea to them. So, and for that, it's not like you have them there and you will go and pitch your idea and just works. It's not like that. You need to first develop the first two points that I mentioned, the psychological and the physical ones. Because if you are not someone who is making a strategy on your mindset and your psyche, and is not working on, like, giving efforts to understand other people's psyche, then it's not going to work. Similarly, you need to study how to represent yourself, how to talk to people so that they listen, and how to really convince people. It doesn't matter you do it through socialization or through TED talks, through books or anything, it doesn't matter, but you need to have that, you need to understand, you need to implement that. So that's how you create the third point. The third point is just a derivative from the first two points. You need to create it. Do not just expect financial benefit from the very first event that you attend. It might even take like 10 to 15 events. And but you just need to have a composer of yourself. Like, even if it's your first event, you need to behave like it's a usual thing for you. You need to behave like that. And by that, I don't mean that the people who are attending it for the first time are underestimated or something. I just mean that you need to be convincing enough, you need to be appealing enough. When you are entering this kind of events, you need to have this mindset that there are people inside, there are investors inside who are waiting for you, who are waiting for people like you to pitch them their ideas so they can explore and just see other interests and invest. So people are there waiting for you. You just need to work on your mindset and your convincing power. Again, don't jump into manipulation techniques. Remember, if you are not able to find those events, it's completely okay. It will take some time, and if your first event doesn't go well, that's also okay. It will take some time. And even I moved from Bangalore to Bhubaneswar, and there are not a lot of events here. And even in Bangalore, I wasn't really able to attend a lot due to my college, but I did attend a lot of online events. And in my hometown there used to be some events, and I used to attend them actually a lot of. There I used to attend a lot, even though it's a very small city, but there were a lot of events happening there. And now I am in Bhubaneswar for my job, and again this time I attended like two events. So it's absolutely fine if you don't find them at the beginning, and if you are not able to figure it out, just maybe attend some online events first and then get to it. Obviously it's going to be very different, the offline and the online ones, but you can still get a glimpse of it and see how it works out. And doesn't matter if you are a boy or girl, always be safe whenever you are trying to find some new place or trying to attend any new event. Make sure to have someone track you, or just for your safety. And if you are someone who like wants to attend your first event, then I highly recommend going out with a friend. And if you don't really have uh, any kind of friend, like in if you don't really have that kind of friend in your friends group who wants to attend those kind of events with you, it's high time that you should change your friend group. So even in Bangalore, when I attended my first event, like first event in Bangalore, not my total first event. So the first event in Bangalore was actually kind of intimidating because it was a different state, it was a different city, and completely different environment for me. And I attended it with my friend, and we had a lot of fun. It's not like we interacted with a lot of people, it was just 3 to 4 people hardly, because it was a very tiny crowd. But we really had a lot of fun the whole day with pictures and a very nice view, and we got to learn something different and something really interesting. It was a real estate event, and we got to travel, and we just had a really really nice time. So any kind of social event and any kind of such event can actually make your day. It's true. So yeah, just try it, and again remember to be safe. I am ready and I'll be heading out. And yeah, just remember to be safe, and it's okay if you are not finding those events. It's very much okay. I'll say it again, it's okay. Just kind of increase your contacts, and eventually you will get it, you will get the flow of it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I'm forgetting my glasses. It's not really like a long time when I got my glasses. It's not even a month, I guess. So I often forget them. Do I look more wise now? Okay, guys, bye bye. I'll be going out. It's a small event. I might not make a video, or I might make a video. Let's see what happens. You will eventually know. Okay, bye bye.